All right, guys. Today is a weird topic because this doesn't happen too often, but I just want to talk about it. And I don't want to post this on the main channel because, you know. By the way, just on that topic, this is not Nubs3, this is Charles. We do things a bit different here. We were born different on this channel. That's all I'm gonna say. I still get comments like, I can't believe you're saying swear words. Like it's it's every single day. So I feel like I need to preface that more often. I don't know. Anyways, so Clash Mini just got canceled. I genuinely thought it was gonna go global. I've never played the game, but the way that they were hyping it up made it seem like it was gonna go global. It was kind of like, all right, guys, we're preparing for this. We're getting ready. Big reveal coming soon. And the big reveal is that they killed it. So RIP Clash Mini. That sucks. I actually feel bad for the player base because out of all these like new games that came out in beta, Clash Mini was definitely the largest. I feel like it stayed the longest. It was 2 whole years. That was just about as long as Brawl Stars was in beta, I think. Which made me think that it was gonna go global, but yeah, they just killed it. So we have no new game from Supercell since Brawl Stars, and that has been plenty of years. So that's why I want to bring this up, because it seems like all of these new games that were in beta are just gone. All of them. Anyways, so I especially feel bad for, well, one, people who spent a lot of money on the game, even though they get reimbursed. We'll get into that later, but also content creators. There were so many people who made videos on Brawl Stars when it was in beta, like, you know, Kairos, Lex, Ray, Coach Corey, all those guys. If Brawl Stars died, I feel like none of them would even be doing YouTube anymore, because like that was their whole passion. And also I was doing Brawl Stars back in beta as well. Same thing. Like I mean, I would have found, I would have kept trying because, you know, that's like my whole thing, but I don't know what other people would have done if Brawl Stars died. I probably wouldn't be successful. So that's just a scary thing, because like so many people were making channels entirely based on Clash Mini. Kairos has an entire channel just about Clash Mini. Don't know what he's gonna do with that. Probably just let it die. Or maybe he'll rebrand it, who knows? But yeah, that's like probably the worst thing about these kind of games, is like some people are really tied to the game and they love it so much that they start putting so much time and effort into it, trying to build the community and everything, and then once it dies, they're screwed. Like, they're actually just fucked. I don't know what you're supposed to move on to from this, because like, what if the viewers who watch this don't care about Clash Royale or whatever? In the post that Clash Mini made though, when they were talking about shutting the game down, they did say that they're gonna try to implement Clash Mini into Clash Royale. And then I listened to what OJ had to say about that, and he said like, one of the main things I heard him that I took away from it is like, how are they gonna do that with a 10-year-old engine that Clash Royale has? Since, you know, Clash Mini's probably made on a new game engine than Clash Royale is, it might be harder. So I don't know exactly what they're gonna do with that. Maybe they'll make an entire new game mode in Clash Royale just called Clash Mini. That could be interesting. Honestly, I think that could be really good if they just take Clash Royale and just add another game mode to it, add another section with the same cards that you have, something like that. I don't know. An auto battler mode in Clash Royale could be really good, since Clash Mini was a popular game and it's a good idea. It's a good game mode. Yeah. So yeah, out of all of these games, I feel like Clash Mini had the most potential to go global, and the fact that it didn't is kind of crazy. And there's a bit of backlash on Twitter, which is kind of the main point of this video. I haven't really gotten into that yet, but Solar Fury says this game is too good to die. Let's #save Clash Mini. That is going around absolutely everywhere. It's not going to do anything. They're definitely not going to bring it back just because people want it. Like, if Brawl Stars was killed and people did this, they still wouldn't have done anything. They're not going to release a game that they don't think is going to work in the long run. And I think the reason why Clash Mini was in beta for so long is because they were trying to make it work. They were trying to get that vision of like it lasting a long time. And the reason I didn't play Clash Mini is because I didn't think it was that interesting. I didn't think I'd play it for more than a couple months. It didn't seem very replayable. Games like Teamfight Tactics are way more in-depth, and that's why they last so long. Like, Teamfight Tactics has no paywall. Clash Mini had a crazy paywall. It was like hundreds of dollars just to unlock one battle machine from what I heard. the season changes in Teamfight Tactics every single couple months. And also there's other games. I just play Teamfight Tactics the most. Like, I'm familiar with that game. So they like change everything every few months, like per season. The entire roster of characters changes. That's not gonna happen with Clash Mini, so it's gonna get stale. You're gonna stop like having new things to do. Basically, I don't know. It's like Clash Royale, but even more simplified, because you know, Clash Mini, whatever. But this is where people start to get a little mad. Some people were really upset about this take, but real question: how can we trust a new game from Supercell again, after making all the community disappointed? To be fair, they have the last chance to save Clash Mini and to save that. Wow, I can't fuck it. Yeah, so he's basically saying, how are we ever supposed to trust Supercell again? They're killing a game again, and this is one that a lot of people cared for. In a way, it makes sense, because it's been such a long time since they've released the game, and this was the closest we got to that. So what needs to happen for a game to come out? Like, I don't even think Moko is gonna come out. I don't think it's gonna be like replayable enough or anything like that. So yeah, what is gonna happen with all that? I mean, I would like for Moko to like have just a bunch of features that make it super replayable. But moving on, people who spend money on Clash Mini, much like any other game that was canceled, they got their gems compensated based on how much money they spent on Clash Mini. So they could have chosen to move these gems to Brawl Stars, to Clash Royale, Clash of Clans. And some people got crazy amounts of gems. 38,238 gems. That is so ridiculous, bro. Like, I couldn't even imagine. How much money is that? So like $1,000 something USD spent on Clash Mini. Well, at least you're set for a very long time in Brawl Stars, so that's cool. So here's a post from a player who's been playing Clash Mini since day one. I don't know, I just bookmarked all this stuff. I guess I'll read through it. I played Clash Mini since day one. I remember searching up which hero to pick on the first day and ended up choosing my beloved Shield Maiden. See, I don't even know what's going on here. I never played the game, but I did watch OJ play it a little bit. This game has come a long way since then, with many ups and downs and great moments. I want to first off say thank you to the dev, and I'm not clicking show more. But yeah, people are sad. People are sad, and I would be sad too if I actually played the game, but I just didn't. Like, I don't really enjoy playing beta games anymore, because I don't want them to die. Or in cases where it's like a Steam game that's in beta or early access, which every single game ever is in early access, just to like have a scapegoat to just drop the game. Like Valheim, for example, that game blew up, and within 3 years they gave it like 1 or 2 updates, neither of which are that major, and the game is just dead. Like, nobody really talks about it anymore. Nobody plays it because like, it had so much potential, but they just drop it. I don't understand. They get millions of dollars and they just decide to not hire anybody new. They stick with the same like 2-person team, and at that point, like, I mean, I understand, like, you probably, like, if you had the choice, you probably want to stay as your tiny team, so then you could just do what you want to do and you don't have to like teach anybody or whatever. But when it comes to games like Valheim, like, that game needs some updates to stay relevant. And without anything, because like, it was an unfinished game, despite being a really good concept. And yeah, like, so many games like that just get dropped, and it's kind of different than games like this, like Clash Quest, Clash Mini, Clash Heroes. These all are made by Supercell, you know, and if their games are not top-notch, they're just gonna delete them. It's different. They're not just gonna stop updating it, they're going to get rid of it. So yeah, similar topic, but like, I don't play beta games anymore, or at least not as often, or early access games. It's kind of the same thing, except in this case they get straight up deleted. In other cases they just stop getting updates and they fall off. Yeah, similar concept, but it seems like all of these games are just gone. I kind of forgot what Clash Quest was. It seemed like Clash Mini but different, and I didn't really see any potential with this one. Clash Heroes was interesting. I don't even exactly know if anybody was able to play it yet. Like, did they even talk about this ever again. I wonder if it's like still in development. This just seemed like a mix between like Brawl Stars and Diablo or something. And Clash Mini was just an auto battler with the most potential, and that one's gone. So yeah, unfortunately, this is what has been going on. RIP Clash Mini. I'm glad this didn't happen to Brawl Stars. If this happened to Brawl Stars, then the newest game that would have came out probably would have been, I think, Clash Royale, like so many years ago. So at least we got Brawl Stars, boys, and that game is popping off. That is like their largest game right now. So yeah, I mean, they're in general, you gotta like look at the grand scheme of things. Brawl Stars, Clash Royale have way more potential than a game like Clash Mini did, because what more are you going to add to Clash Mini? Just more characters, right? But season changes are not going to affect the gameplay very much besides balance changes. It's just going to be kind of the same thing forever. And you can, in a sense, say that that's the same for other games, but like, you know, Clash Royale added evolutions, they added champions. Like Clash Mini can't really add that kind of stuff. It's an auto battler, you can only add so much. Brawl Stars gets new brawlers, new game modes, new everything. Like Brawl Stars has the most potential for updates by far, because you can actually control your character, you can add new settings, you can do all that stuff. That's why Brawl Stars went global. It had the most potential. I feel like the player base size might have been similar between like Clash Mini and Brawl Stars. Maybe Brawl Stars was larger because of how much potential it had and how fun the game really was. Not to say that Clash Mini was less fun, but I feel like auto battlers are more of a niche topic than a MOBA like Brawl Stars. Like Brawl Stars is just, from day one, it had the most potential out of any Supercell game. I knew that straight from the start, and they're proving it now. But yeah, RIP Clash Mini. Hopefully we can see a global game at some point. I don't know what they're gonna do to make a global game. They might need some like really crazy topic that just has like even more potential than Brawl Stars. Like, what if they make like an FPS game? Wouldn't that be crazy? I feel like they might have to do something like that to have a game actually hit global. Because like they're trying so many things. Even these three, they're all gone. Like, what more can they try? You know? Because I feel like they can't just do a similar thing to these now, since these just didn't work out. So I'm calling for it. Supercell, FPS, first-person shooter, blah, 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 boop, bop. That's gonna do it. that's gonna be their global game. Let me know what you guys want to see with Supercell. Like, what kind of game? If you think that this was a big mistake. What do you think is gonna be their next global game? I'm just gonna call it and say that's gonna be like a first-person game. Something that they've really never released before. I think that would be kind of nuts, but yeah, that's gonna do it. RIP Clash Mini. Hopefully, these players, these YouTubers can move on and do something that is equally as enjoyable or equally as successful. I really feel bad for people who posted Clash Mini. That just sucks. I would hate to have the game that I'm making my entire channel on die, but I guess that is the risk. Yeah, that's gonna do it. See you later, guys. Goodbye. I know it's the first time I ever did a video like this. Yeah, it's cool. Bye.